With Grand Theft Auto 6 presumably coming out in the next couple years, it's hard to fathom any other game trying to stand up to it. I mean, the sequel is following one of the best selling games of all time, and it will likely break every single sales record known to man on launch day. So, how could any other game company even try to get in the ring with Rockstar and GTA 6? Well, the short answer is they can't. But that doesn't mean there aren't some really awesome games in the pipeline that will scratch the same itch as GTA. And don't get it twisted at all. Every one of these developers and publishers is vying for your precious gaming hours. Now, in fact, there are two today that I want to focus on in this video that you probably haven't heard of, but by the time the video drops, you'll probably want to give them a try. I mean, especially while you wait for GTA 6, and who knows? You may end up getting hooked. Welcome everybody, Chaos here. Drop a like on the video if you guys enjoy this gaming news content, and let me know what you think about these two GTA rivals. We're going to start off with a game that I want to give some attention. It's called Everywhere, and believe it or not, Rockstar themselves are very aware of this game. It's on their radar because their parent company, Take-Two, actually sent the developers a legal warning over potential copyright infringement. That's right. They saw what was happening here. Everywhere is an open world game with seamless co-op multiplayer that will feature multiple narratives for the player to follow. It makes the experience feel very unique to how you want to play it while also encouraging multiple playthroughs. It's kind of brilliant. The game is being developed by a new studio called Build a Rocket Boy, which is a really cool name. It was actually formed by three former Rockstar employees: Leslie Benzies, Matthew Smith, and Colin Entwistle. That's right. Used to work at Rockstar. You see where this is going, right? The studio was originally called Royal Circus Games, but Take-Two actually threatened to sue them because they thought the acronym RCG would be confused with Rockstar Games, especially since the new company was made up of former Rockstar employees. So there's already a little bit of drama here. A bit petty if you ask me, but it gave the new studio a bit of free marketing, and they renamed themselves to Build a Rocket Boy and continued working on their debut game Everywhere. The team has described this game as a multi-world gaming experience that blurs the line between gaming and reality, which that sounds great to me. According to the team, the game is going to offer a less restrictive experience than other open world games. It's going to allow more player choice and let you really get invested into your self-created story. Now, there's no set release date yet, but the team is confident it will launch by the end of 2023, which is right around the corner, and the teasers you're seeing, they look amazing. The visuals of Unreal Engine 5, I mean, it's incredible. If the experience is basically going to be a more open-ended version of Rockstar's open world formula, I'm 100% picking this up on day one, and that one really has a shot to be a rival because those three people that founded it, they know the DNA of Rockstar. They know the DNA of GTA and all their other games, and they may know how to make it better. Now, the second potential GTA rival is coming pretty soon. It's a game called Rooted. This is a bit more on the survival side of things, but it still scratches a lot of the same itches as recent Rockstar games. Now, Rooted is described as a solo and multiplayer game set in an ancient, overgrown world full of dangers. We've seen this before, right? It takes place near the 2100 mark after biological warfare wipes out most of civilization. You have to venture around what remains of the world, improve your chances of survival, build your habitat, learn more about the world you're in. It's very submersive. It's very immersive. The game world evolves with your actions, so you really have to be ready for anything and prepared to adapt to the game because the game grows with you. Now, it's more on the survival side of things than the other one we talked about, but you can see Rockstar's influence on the gameplay, and you can see it on the open world design, kind of like a post-apocalyptic version of Red Dead Redemption 2, which, once again, definitely piques my interest. Now, despite Rockstar games being such a massive influence on open world genres, it's hard to deny the most open world games, at least modern ones, have been following in Ubisoft's footsteps and not necessarily a good thing to everybody. Now, it's not a bad thing, but there is a huge difference between Rockstar's open world games and Ubisoft's. Rockstar likes to tell a very tight, very well-written story that happens to take place in an open world environment. The player has some control over the pace in which they complete the main objectives, but for the most part, the focus is on the story. Ubisoft, on the other hand, likes to take a more sandbox-style approach where the focus is less on the main story and more about the gameplay loop. You go from place to place, you take out hordes of enemies, you level up your character, you level up your gear, story serves as justification for going from one place to another. You guys see the difference, right? This is the main reason why some people call Rockstar's open world games boring, while other people call Ubisoft's open world games grindy. And yes, I know these games aren't exactly traditional Rockstar-inspired open world games. The point I'm making here is they are likely going to draw Rockstar fans to them more than Ubisoft fans, and that's going to be a cool change of pace from the usual grind fest that most open world games are now. Ubisoft's open world games maximize player engagement and retention, but Rockstar's game focus, they focus more on the story. And there's nothing wrong with either one. But when I talk about GTA rivals, I'm talking about upcoming games that pitch their tent in Rockstar's camp and are seemingly more focused on the world than player retention. And to me, that's exciting. Far Cry and GTA may both be open world games, but they don't really compete with each other in the same way. So, what do these games mean for Rockstar's upcoming GTA game and how the gaming community would react to it? Well, I don't think either of these games is a GTA killer. I don't think there's a game that exists that's a GTA 6 killer. I don't think they're going to hurt GTA sales at all, especially since it seems like hardly anyone even knows they exist right now. But I certainly think people are going to be checking them out, especially during the waiting period for GTA 6, especially the first one. Everywhere, this could be big. It's a game made by former Rockstar employees who are deliberately trying to make something bigger and more open-ended, which is seemingly a direct response to a common criticism of recent Rockstar games, which all three of these devs, I'm sure, have heard many times in the past. Now, there's a lot of gamers who think the games like GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 were too linear. They didn't take advantage of their massive open worlds enough, so a game like Everywhere is going to be right up their alley if it is what they are saying it's going to be, because it is literally going to be a group of former Rockstar developers deliberately doing something that takes advantage of their open world design without sacrificing the storytelling. Now, I think a lot of Rockstar fans are going to flock to this game. I do, when it drops later this year, and play the heck out of it while they wait for GTA 6. As for Rooted, I can totally see fans of Red Dead 2 coming to the game for an experience that scratches that same survival sandbox itch while tells an interesting story with a lot of eye candy. Both of these games look absolutely gorgeous, and they have a lot to offer fans of Rockstar's style of open world games. I obviously don't think they're going to overtake the GTA hype train. Nobody is, but I could totally see the GTA community taking a lot of interest in both of them, especially while Rockstar finishes up GTA 6. So let me know what you think. Everywhere or Rooted, or both, or neither? What are your thoughts on them? Are you going to give them a try? Do you think they could scratch the itch until we get GTA 6? You guys let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you tomorrow.